Hey, what's up guys, aarava here, and welcome back to a brand new video on some F1 2019 gameplay screenshots today. And the reason why we're talking about screenshots was today Codemasters finally unveiled the final car models for F1 2019. So I know that's been a topic of debate, a lot of people getting confused by it and not understanding that up till now, all the marketing stuff we've seen, all the gameplay we've seen, the cars have all been 2019 spec cars with liveries draped on top of them, barring a few cars that were already made. And Paul Gilles tweeted literally a week or so ago that they're in the process of finishing the remaining cars, and now they're all done. So on screen right now, we're going to flick through the screenshots, and you can see for yourselves basically the actual real life cars being modeled in the F1 2019 game. I believe most of them will be Australia spec. That's generally how they do things. Codemasters, they build the cars on Australia spec, and then they'll go down and maybe update them in a patch later on. But you can see like the McLaren definitely on the shark fin on the engine cover. That's the 2015 spec one compared to the one they ran at the last few Grand Prix at Monaco and Spain. But obviously everything's up to date now. The Alfa Romeo has those little fins on the top. No longer are all the cars having the same exact kind of Ferrari style thumb nose. Everyone's got their what the cars are now, so everyone can kind of stop complaining a little bit maybe about the steering wheels as well being exactly the same. They're all going to be actually modeled to look like what they are in real life. So I know that's something definitely people got confused by, because a lot of the times when people see the gameplay, see the news, see the screenshots, they don't really bother to read into the fact that Codemasters and people like myself have literally said it and written it so many times over that the previous stuff was all spec cars. But now they've got all the full models. The Ferrari, Mercedes looking as sweet as ever. I'm really happy that they got the Mercedes car though, with the spec with the nostrils on the actual just on the either side of the shot of the S-Start. They've got the actual fins that you can see from the T-Cam, because obviously T-Cam view is a really important thing, because that's the thing you see the most. Most players play with T-Cam, so you're going to see that view. And obviously in the real life onboards, you've seen the Mercedes car, you can see those little fins. Just makes the car look a little bit meaner, so I was happy about that kind of thing actually being in their kind of nerdier side of things. And the Red Bull looking really, so I think the Red Bull is probably the best screenshot of the lot. The Red Bull in every screenshot I've seen actually so far from the marketing stuff from Cody's has looked the best. I think maybe something to do with just the way the matte lighting is on the Red Bull. It just looks so realistic into real life. So they've done a great job. And obviously I know a lot of people were worried about that, who didn't really get clued into the fact they were using spec cars, were worried about the fact that everything looks the same and whatnot. But there you go. Finally now they have everything. So now from now on, hopefully, fingers crossed for any marketing stuff you do see, any trailers, gameplay from now on maybe will be with the full 2019 cars. And obviously I say from now on, I mean there's only 2 weeks or 3 weeks till the game comes out. So we're pretty close to things. And again, Codemasters released some more screenshots of other tracks we've not seen yet. So far we've only seen tracks like Bahrain, Spain, trying to think Monaco. We've not seen any other night races though. And I said in previous videos that the night races, the artificial light, that's when you can really see the better lighting system in the game, because artificial lighting is so much more important in terms of the way the light bounces off the car and also the track itself and the way it kind of just affects the ambiance, I guess, of it all. And so you can see here the comparison shot between this Haas on the left hand side, which is 2018 obviously, and 2019. I mean, the stark difference. Everything looks a little bit more bright, a bit more vibrant, but you can see the way the light bounces off the tires and the actual halo itself is exquisite. Obviously, it makes a difference having the red halo of the Alfa Romeo car, Kimi Raikkonen, compared to the black on black of Haas, but still such a big difference. And the Alfa Romeo is looking pretty sweet, damn sweet, so I can't wait to see what the other cars look like on board. You can see the McLaren as well, looking sweet as ever. And this is actually on the main straight, so this is really good. You've got the array of lights on the right hand side. You can see on the McLaren, on the chassis, the light reflects a lot better on both sides of the chassis. So you've got the left hand side and the right hand side, and then also the tyre sheen as well. I know people have been also pointing out though the tyre sheen should technically kind of go away a little bit after a while. I feel like you do see that shininess of the Pirelli, this year in real life, the way the Pirellis have been made, the gluing agent or whatnot is a little bit shinier, so they've modelled it to kind of be like that. And some people are saying, why hasn't the sheen gone away though after a few laps? I feel like the sheen though after a few laps is still there from the kind of tyre ridges, if you will, of the tyre wear. So it might not be super realistic seeing all these ridges. You don't really see that too much in real life, but I think for the game, for a video game, it makes more sense. You can visually see a lot more. I mean, unlike the real life drivers, you cannot feel what the tires feel like through your body. You're not gonna be able to feel. You'll feel a bit of force feedback, yeah, through corners and curbs, but you won't feel like what the tires are feeling. You won't feel that mechanical force going through all the suspension arms, through the main part of the car, through your butt basically when you're sat down. down. You're not going to feel that when you're playing a video game, so you kind of have to do things visually. So visually speaking, I think it's a good system for you to kind of check the tire wear by just seeing the kind of grading and whatnot. And it may not, like I said, be realistic to real life, but I think it works for the game. It's a better system for the game, because that was my qualm also with 2018, especially with the tire temperatures and the carcass tire temperature. It was very difficult to really know what to do, when to do it in terms of taking looking after your tires. But now I think, I assume we haven't seen too much gameplay of 50% races or 100% races, but I would like to think that over the course of the race you can actually see the graining difference, and you can see the difference of, okay, I'm gonna have to maybe cool things down because that front left tire is looking horrendous. And almost like they have that in real life. Sometimes the commentators can pick out. Good case in point, Monaco, they picked out Hamilton's tires looking a little bit worse wear compared to Verstappen's, and so that's something you can pick out eventually. But obviously I do understand the kind of qualm of the shininess. And then in general, we just get some full screenshots of Singapore, and so you can see it in all its glory, and it does look pretty damn sweet. There is a bit of a haze to it, so that's obviously a little bit debatable if that's realistic or not, but I for one like it. It makes things look a bit brighter. Singapore, now that I look at it, 2018 and look into 2019, I do prefer 2019, because 2018 was very dark. Like, it's almost like they turned up the contrast to like 80% from the base stuff. And you can see also on board from the Toro Rosso, you can see again, good use of the reflections on the Alfa Romeo and the Toro Rosso ahead of us, as well as actually on board with the halo, the way the light bounces off that as well. Just really stunning. Obviously, I know it's probably going to take quite a lot of horsepower on the PCs. I'm not too sure what it's going to look like on the consoles, but I'm sure you'll need a beefy PC, I would assume so, to really get the full effects, as they would do on these marketing stuff. But still, I think even on lower settings, it should look pretty damn awesome. And obviously, we've seen already the screenshots from Bahrain, the difference there we saw with the Renault gameplay plenty of times. But now, finally, we get some screenshots at Singapore, and just kind of confirming that, that much improved lighting system. And then, obviously, like I said, we had the news about the new car model. So, bit of a small video here, just with some F1 2019 kind of screenshots, if you will. But obviously, I know not a lot of you might check Twitter or Facebook or whatever for Codemasters to tweet it out and post it out, so I thought I'd bring you guys just a small video today to show you off and just to confirm, yeah, it will be fine, because there was a bit of a debate. Lee Mather did say at one point earlier on in the development cycle that there might be a chance the cars might not be fully ready for the launch, but now they are. They've made them all. So come the launch, when you buy the game, was it June 25th, you get the early access by 3 days with the Legends Edition, or 28th, you'll buy the game, it'll have all the car models, so don't need to worry about that. So that's been this small video, guys, but if you did enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you are new around here, do subscribe for weekly full-on content. I've been aarava. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.